Hey, we're here once more with Gamebound, playing another session of Monsterhearts, the game about hormonal teenage monsters trying to find their place in the world, or at the very least in their high school. So, when we last left our teenage monsters, Gris was on the run from
Always been on the run.
HRG, Homeroom glasses, Mr. Pearson, trying to get him back into the program. Gris is number 5 of the set. And we don't know what any of those words mean. But Gris is on the run. He doesn't know who he is. But he at least knows he doesn't want to go with Mr. Pearson. The school recently found out that he doesn't exist.
Right, that did happen.
Except they found that out, and then Mr. Pearson came and was like, no, here's a glitch in the system, and like convinced them that you do exist to try to, they don't need to be worried about that. But then Mr. Pearson was like, I will find you. So that's what happened with Gris. Zaff had a wonderful evening with the Chandlers, where he impressed Cassie's parents by being really, really nervous. And like acting, they interpreted it as, oh, he's just a nervous boy. He's trying really hard to, prove himself so he can go on to homecoming with our daughter. He really, really cares. And the whole time Zaff was just like, don't drink her blood, don't drink her blood, don't drink her blood, don't drink her blood. And then you ran off into the night after denying her a kiss at the end of the night. Whole big thing there. You have a string on her now because that's your like intimacy move as a vampire. And then Iclyn has been targeted as the easy one of the class and being bullied by everyone in school to the point where she literally just turned invisible because she didn't want to deal with it anymore. And she's become her darkest self and will not come out of it until someone notices her presence and says that they want her to come back, basically. Yeah, that's where we are with the characters. So we get our opening credits. We see the, you know what? I think we start with a like audience scene this time, right? We're framing it as a TV show. We start, we get a shot of Emmett Falls, and it's definitely different. And we can't quite tell why it's different until we see a little text that comes up on the bottom of the screen that says, like, Emmett Falls, 19... How many years ago were you killed? Like
50?
50.
Like 50 years ago? Yeah.
50 or 60 years ago.
So let's see. If this is like present day, that means the 70s. Yeah. So, yeah, we say like 1971. Emmett Falls, 1971. And we see a Catholic church. The same Catholic church that Zaff tried to go into the basement of because there's a vampire club underneath it. But we see like mass ending Sunday morning, parishioners leaving, and then we see a familiar figure. We see the Red Priest, the priest that Iclyn found buried in the wall of the school for some unknown reason. His desiccated corpse. We see him, flesh and blood, a normal person, and he's like seeing people off as they leave mass, and then a familiar figure is still like as he turns around to like look at the empty sanctuary, he sees Miss Quinn still among the pews, and the priest just frowns and he says, Miss Quinn, I trust that you're not here for confessions. And Quinn kind of smirks at him and stands up, and she's wearing... I'm trying to think, what does she wear now? I'm trying to remember. Does she dress like just like a normal like teacher in that time or place? Have I ever described what she wears?
Probably like a modern day principal.
Yeah. So I guess she dresses like a 70s teacher or whatever, right? Like, I'm trying to think of like what differences there would be exactly. I guess I'm not up on my 70s culture, but for whatever reason, we can tell it's a muted 70s look. You sound like crazy or whatever. She doesn't look like
She doesn't have an afro?
She doesn't have an afro, yeah. But the stylistics are different. But it's the same old Quinn, same hard face, same vampiric qualities. And she smirks at the priest and then says, I wanted to talk to you, Father Frederick. Why are you avoiding me? And Father Frederick, just sighs and, I'm trying to think. He starts doing something in the chapel that's, that you would do after Mass, cleaning up something, putting away something. It doesn't really matter what it is, but as he does this, he looks back and he says, I already told you, Quinn, I don't want any part in what this is. And Quinn says, what is this, Frederick? What do you think this is? What do you know, even? And Father Frederick says, I know as much as I want to know about all of this. Once I saw the beginning of it, I knew it needed to end. And then Quinn says, you're passing... Ooh, stream disconnected for a second. That's weird. Well, we're still recording, so... Let's see. She says, you're passing up on a golden opportunity here, Frederick. You do realize that. Every single one of your predecessors has worked with us, has done exactly what they needed to do to make sure that we remain a secret. And Frederick just shakes his head. He says, I'm not going to be a part of it anymore. This church isn't going to be a part of it. Then Quinn laughs. You don't quite understand, do you? We have the bishop on our side. There's nothing you can do. You're either going to give in to what we want, or you're going to have to leave. And then Frederick looks at her, and he just reaches up, tears his collar off, his priest collar, throws it on the ground. He's like, then I'm done. Do you understand? I'm done with all of this. I'm not going to help you hide in the shadows anymore. I didn't even realize I was doing it in the first place, but... You're demons. Do you realize that? Hell spawn. And maybe the bishop doesn't see that, or maybe he's corrupt. I don't know. All I know is I can't stand for it. And then Quinn takes a couple of dangerous steps towards him, and he shies back and he says, don't come any closer. And he grabs a little red cross that he has around his neck. And she frowns and he says, oh, right. Forgot about that. Well, fine, Frederick. I hope you're prepared to wear that the rest of your life. Because I will be there one day to end you for this. You do realize that. What are you going to do? Go to the mayor? Town council? City council? They're not going to believe you. No one is. You'd be a peddler of superstitious fantasies. And Frederick just well, I'll figure something out. All right? And he goes to turn away. Then he turns back and he says, keep this place for all I care. It's not consecrated ground to me any longer. And he walks away, and then we just hear Quinn say under her breath, basically, nowhere is consecrated any longer, Frederick. Once we came into existence, it never was. There never was. And then we cut to opening credits and get a shot of Emmett Falls Public High School, or whatever it's called. It's probably a longer name than it needs to be, but what is it? No, that is literally the name, Emmett Falls Public High School. Okay. And we see the little letterboard in front of the school, and it says, Spirit Week continues. It's Halloween Wednesday. So yeah, for whatever reason, the school has decided to make, because I couldn't pass up the opportunity to help you guys actually dress up as your real life monster counterparts. Yeah, for whatever reason, they have decided that today for Spirit Week, it's like Halloween themed.
I mean, Gris already dresses like he is.
Right, yeah, like a goth.
He doesn't have other clothes.
I guess I'm dressed up the way I should be.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Zaff comes in dressed as a character from Teen Wolf.
Very good, very good. But yeah, we see people, all the kids coming in for school. We see Iclyn, but no one sees her. She comes in for school on Wednesday morning. And I mean, Gris, like, you ran away from the school because Mr. Pearson found you there. I mean, do you come back or what do you do? Where'd you spend the night? Like, what?
I thought that Miss Quinn locked him up again.
No. So she did after he ran in front of a train, right? But he broke out. And
yeah, and I thought she caught him again at the school.
No.
The last, no?
No, he just ran into the, I'm pretty sure.
The last thing, let's just double check the chat.
That's right. Didn't you run away from the coach?
He ran away from the coach. Something? Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think I attacked
why did you run away from the coach?
So what happened was...
because you beat up Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
I beat up Brandon.
He knocked Brandon across the parking lot. He broke his arm.
I told the counselor everything. I think she thought I was
on drugs.
She thought I was on drugs, and so I ran away.
Because Mr. Pearson came behind you. Yeah.
I don't remember what the coach had to do with anything. Why was he there?
Basically, well, the coach was like, who's the one who found Brandon? That's what it was. And then he like stayed with you to try to figure out everything. Cause he's like, we need to call your parents. Like, they couldn't find your parents. And then he came back and he's like, hey, we found your parents. And then you're like, I got to run. And then coach ran after you. You slammed a door into his face. And then Mr. Pearson came from behind him and like helped him up and was like, don't worry, we'll catch him. So. Yeah, where's Gris right now?
Find him like on the streets randomly.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because he has nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, actually, whoa. Idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm thinking of Zaff. Wasn't there this one place I thought there was like this one place I had found Iclyn walking around at? Like a building? Or was that Zaff?
There's the alley that Iclyn died in, but I don't think she's actually been there in any of the sessions. The only thing I can think of is Zaff went to a liquor store to try to get booze, and you killed Zaff killed the guy.
I was there when
Zaff
killed
for
him.
it. Yeah.
I think he's just randomly on the street.
Yeah.
There's nowhere he would be, logically. So
I think we get the shot, I think, of the person, the new janitor, whoever it is, like changing the letterboard, right? And very early in the morning, and then we get a shot of Gris just like waking up in some alley somewhere. And let's say for irony's sake, you wake up in the alley that Iclyn died in.
What a weird coincidence!
Where would you go? Like this really early in the morning, sun's just coming up. No one's at school yet.
That's the thing. I can't go to the school. They're looking for me. I just attacked one of the teachers.
So this is the thing, right? Like Quinn was going to try to use you as leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Pearson just wants to take you back to the program. I mean, who do you talk to, right? Like, I guess you were stalking Zaff before this. So, like, you know him. You were trying to, like, learn social cues from Zaff.
Maybe I try and find Zaff.
Try to find where Zaff lives?
Yeah.
I mean, you know where Zaff lives. Like, your memory didn't get erased of that. I think when you got your darkest self, you lost all your strings on Zaff. But I don't think you like lost your memory. So
conditions. I forgot to check my conditions. My conditions are suicidal, on drugs, and liar.
Yeah. Yep.
The only string I currently have is on the counselor.
Cool.
I'll go where Zaff lives.
Yeah. So it's like 6 a.m, I think. Zaff, are you still asleep?
6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sleep? Have we talked about this?
You do. We've talked about this. You sleep.
Then yes, I'm definitely
you're the type of vampire. I mean, vampires in this setting can go out in the sun. We've decided that at least. So I think they sleep as well. Yeah.
They just don't sparkle.
They don't sparkle, but for whatever reason they they can actually walk in the sun.
Look, the sparkle that I have is because I'm Zaff, not because I'm a vampire.
Exactly. That's the sparkle of his pearly whites.
But yes, I'm sleeping.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, Gris, yeah, you know where he sleeps, so like, do you like throw like pebbles at his window?
That way.
That's exactly how I wanted to word it.
He's the only person I can think of.
Yeah.
And Gris knows that Iclyn was going to tell him about something about his past.
Mhm.
Or was Iclyn going to tell him something about his past and Gris doesn't know?
Well, see, I've been trying to get a hold of you this whole time to warn you about Miss Quinn and Mr.
I already know
Pearson,
to
but
avoid
you
Miss-
clearly already know.
Yeah, I mean, is this literally just you throwing pebbles at Zaff's window?
I guess, unless it's like a one-story house, then I just knock on the window.
Yeah, I think it's 2 stories.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just ding, ding, ding. Zaff, you hear this? Someone's throwing pebbles at your window.
I kind of roll over and I'm like, please don't be Cassie.
Yeah.
And like, I try and check the window.
Or worse, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like try and check the window in like the most subtle way possible. So like, hopefully if it is one of those two, I can like pretend like I didn't see them, but I just want to like check who it is.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, you see Gris like in a hoodie, maybe like just like in the cold.
Probably paces a little bit, throws a rock, paces a little bit.
I guess I open up the window.
Well, I don't think Zaff and Gris have actually talked.
Have we?
I don't think so.
I have a string on Gris for some reason.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if you've talked to Gris.
I have talked to Zaff because I once saved Zaff's unlife. Mr. Pear. Oh wait, no, that's a different line. I don't remember how we decided I saved his unlife, but I have somehow.
Look, I guess I'm just I'll open the window and be like, what are you doing here? You woke me up. My alarm's gonna go off in 15 minutes.
Well, I don't know what else to do. People are after me, and I don't know what's going on. You know, one of the teacher. Wait, actually, no. We have Murphy's class together. So, trying to remember if we have. What was Miss Quinn a teacher of again?
History.
She's a
History,
principal.
yeah.
I thought she was principal.
No. She's a history teacher.
Do we have that class together? I forget. I don't remember. Whatever. Anyway, I go like, Miss Quinn's after me. Ben's dad is after me. Now the school counselor is probably after me too. And I
That coach was definitely.
and he just kind of like pulls his hair and goes. "Grr." Do you know Miss Quinn?
Zaff just staring.
Wait, do I know that he talks to Miss Quinn?
Yes, I mean you've been you don't have any strings on Zaff anymore, but you have been stalking him for a while, and I don't think you've forgotten that.
Look, I know you talk to Miss Quinn. I just need you to get her to leave me alone. She kidnapped me and put me in her basement. I don't even know why.
I mean, you know why. I'm pretty sure she told you, like, I'm going to use you as leverage.
Oh, but she doesn't leverage for what? He doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't know what's going on with the program, right? And that's the thing everything's based on, yeah.
There's some program. Apparently, I'm number 5 of it. Just, are you going to do anything? You're just going to stand there with a dumb look on your face.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Help! Get Miss Quinn to leave me alone. You seem to have some rapport with her. I don't know. Hide me? Please hide me. I don't know.
I mean, if you're looking to avoid Quinn, then why are you coming to the person she talks to?
Because you know how to talk with her in a way that doesn't get me kept and kidnapped in her basement.
I mean, I guess I could say something to her, but I don't know if she's really gonna take anything I say to her very cold, very dead heart.
Her monster heart.
um,
Emily's so disappointed in you.
I know. I am too, a little.
I just died a little inside.
look, that would be great. Okay, I don't think I can even go to school today because they're gonna find me, and I don't think that's gonna end well.
Oh, okay. Wait, why are you okay?
I'm just saying I'm not gonna be at class today. Okay.
Oh no.
Never mind. And he's just gonna walk. He's like, I'm talking. She's like, it's like talking to a wall.
Well, it's just like he's so confused. Like, why are you coming to him? What's like
He doesn't know anyone else.
He knows exactly like 3 people.
And one of them he can't see right now.
Yeah, exactly. He probably did look for Iclyn last night and then didn't find her.
And then like as you're walking away, my alarm goes off and I'm just like,
yeah.
Maybe I'm not going to class today either. But I do.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's Halloween Wednesday. You gotta go. Yeah, so Gris just literally just walks away, is like, oh well.
I have an idea. Just we can do other things, but I'll say this in case anyone wants to skip past this. I might try and sneak around the school during lunch and try and find Iclyn.
Sure. Yeah, you know
that would be a time where
there. Yeah.
That would be a time where I could more easily sneak around,
sure,
and not get spotted.
Yeah, sounds good. So I think what we do though is I think we do follow Gris as he walks away from Zaff's house, and you just, I assume, wander right for a while.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, so I think what ends up happening is you end up in front of a girl's house. You don't know where most of these people's houses are, so you just happen to come upon, we see a little little sign hanging from the door that says the Green family. And you're walking past the house, and that's when Veronica Green, the nerdy girl who definitely is in love with you, like comes out of her house with her backpack,
Cassie's friend,
to walk to school. Yeah, Cassie's friend. And she just stops and then sees you and like blushes and like looks down, but you do definitely notice her come out of the house. Do you do anything? Do you just run away?
She's in my homeroom, so I'm gonna. Sorry, the gnat's still there. Finally killed it.
Gris sees a fly, kills it.
A gnat.
You didn't see anything.
They're not natural. Oh, I missed this. Probably he's about to just walk away, and he realizes, wait, she sees me. She's gonna wonder why I'm not in class. She goes, hey Veronica.
Hi, Gris. You're walking to school?
How would he answer that?
Question.
Well, I'm gonna take on the condition of liar. Or do the whatever it's called. I can't remember exactly.
You have like a special move or something for that, right?
When you take a blank canvas and you take an action that embodies one of your conditions, allowing that condition to alter your sense of self, cross it off and add. I don't know if this is altering my sense of self.
No, there was like a new move that you took recently that I think helps you lie better.
Oh, no, that's just fake. Add 1 to any rolls you make while lying.
There you go. Yeah.
That just doesn't mean it means I don't get to mark off my liar condition, I guess. I should be like, no, I'm I'm not feeling great. I'm just trying to get some fresh air to see if that would help, but I don't think it is. I'm probably not going to be at school today.
Okay, sounds good. Gris, would you make a shut him down move?
Which one is that?
Cold.
I think it's cold.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a -1 to cold, but at least lie to Veronica.
I need to
about not going to school because I'm sick. Taking on Emily's thing of typing in a lot more, so we know what happens next time.
No, Emily makes it funny.
Yeah, come on.
Ooh, partial succeed.
Okay.
Alyssa, you said that like it was so much shade. Emily makes it funny though.
So maybe you could try.
Thanks, guys.
Shut someone down. Okay, here we go. On a 7 and 9, choose one from below, but you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. So you can choose.
Experience.
Yeah, they lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward.
Oh, sorry. So the same. I think I got some of them mixed together. So
your
first one
choices
is-
are they lose a string on you. I don't think Veronica has any strings on you.
No.
If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. So that's an option. They gain a condition, or you take one forward, which is basically a +1 on your next roll, like for her against her.
Isn't that the same as gaining a string on her?
Strings can be used for more than just.
I'll
that.
gain a string on her.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. But you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. I mean, so obviously it's sick, right? And then she's going to spread it around that you're like, Gris sick. This is why he's not at school.
But I gain experience.
Yeah. So I think basically like you succeed on this. So it's like she understands that like she's not going to press any further, but someone's going to hear that someone that you don't want to have heard, right? Is going to hear that, oh, Veronica saw Gris outside of her house and he pretended he was sick. Right? Like, yeah. Yeah. So I think after you say that, she just says, oh, okay. Yeah. For sure. Well, I hope you get better. Hey, Gris?
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna have a good day? And then she just like, and then like starts to waddle, walk away with her
She's
back.
gonna ask him to homecoming.
Yeah. And then
Does she walk the direction I was going?
Yes.
He's gonna turn around and go the other direction.
She doesn't notice because she's not looking at you. She just is too
Mhm.
embarrassed. She tried to work up the courage.
Sucks for her. I already have plenty.
Exactly. Cool. Yeah. So Gris walks away into the morning, the foggy morning. So I think what we do is we go to school, right? We pop over there, and just making sure all my stuff is in one place here. Okay. Let's see here. Where do we go next? Obviously, Iclyn is just kind of like wandering around as a ghost.
Oh, no, I want to F some stuff up.
I'm
I'm invisible.
Let's start there.
do
Let's
it.
go. Let's do it. Okay.
So obviously, I go to Miss Quinn's office to see if I
Go
can
pant
figure
some
out
people in there.
more about Frederick first, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Try to find out about this weird.
And also
random
see
priest.
where she lives because I think she's probably holding Gris hostage.
Okay. Yeah. So did Iclyn basically just follow her home last night?
I want to go to no because I think she was already gone because I stayed pretty late.
You did. Yeah.
With trying to convince Garrett.
Yeah.
Or I would like left him a note.
You
or
found him in the
something.
poetry club after hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go in her office and just like do some snooping around.
Sure. Okay. I think there's a move for that. Mm-hmm. The one that really makes the most sense is keep your cool.
But she's trying to mess stuff up.
Yeah. So the other ones are like about people, like relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
When you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of, and roll with cold. And then like in a normal situation,
Not really
it'd be
scared.
I know. Yeah. In a normal situation, if you were like doing this in the office, right, it would be like, oh, is Miss Quinn going to walk in? But you're also invisible, right?
Right. That's why I'm just
Um,
like, screw it. Whatever. I'm invisible. Like,
Yeah.
what are they gonna say?
I just don't know if there's actually a move for this.
What about-
really.
What about just a roll on what the most appropriate stat?
Well, so the thing here is like,
I would have thought maybe dark because I'm like
Mhm.
trying to like
That's
find
yeah.
something
So
out,
the only
right?
one that
Like,
the only other one that actually makes sense is gaze into the abyss. When you gaze into the abyss, name what you're looking for and roll with dark. Usually it's like with, you know, you draw a pentagram, you go into a
Right.
hallucination, anything like that. But I think it makes sense that if you're snooping around a vampire's office, yeah, you're gazing into the abyss. That makes sense. Let's do it.
okay.
You might find something that you don't want.
Um, um okay, partial success.
Okay, cool. On a 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless. In this actual description of the move, they actually did write out that there's an iconic scene that happens over and over again in teen paranormal romances. A young girl finds herself more and more intrigued by a mysterious brooding classmate, but clues keep piling up that there's something unnatural about them, maybe even sinister. When she can no longer dismiss the clues out of hand, when she can no longer feign disinterest, she turns on her computer. The camera watches over her shoulder as she types nervously into the search engine. A flood of images and captions appear before her, and we can see her eyes widen. She knows, she can't deny it any longer. Vampire! That whole scene is gazing into the abyss. So this definitely makes sense. That's just exactly what you're doing, Iclyn. You're trying to figure out more about that stuff. So what? You're
I wanna
snooping
know
around to like get
more
dirt on her,
about, like-
basically?
Well, I want to figure out more about Frederick because supposedly I'm the one who got him killed.
Yes.
That's what I saw in the vision, or I felt guilty.
Yeah, and if you had gotten a 10 up, I would have definitely revealed something like pretty crucial about that. But I think all you find is a letter. So for whatever reason, maybe Quinn herself is trying to go back through, because maybe she found out that you wrote that weird poem about the priest in your journal or whatever, and there's a whole thing there. And so for whatever reason, I guess Quinn brought this letter to her office to read for one day, since that happened, and you find it, and it's a letter that like Father Frederick wrote to her back in the 70s, explaining some more stuff, like after the scene that we got, or maybe before. You know what? I think it's probably that. I think it's like him when he first found out that like the Catholic Church has been, or at least the Catholic Church in this part of the country has been like hiding vampires and like keeping weird supernatural stuff going on behind the scenes. What's up with that? Like, and writing to Quinn and basically being like, you need to show yourself to me. Like, this is like, is this actually real? Like, what's going on? I thought you were just a history teacher. And you read that, and what happens is you don't get a whole lot of context from that, right? You definitely can see if there's a connection here, right? But you don't really learn more than you kind of knew before. Because I think Iclyn's put together, at least at this point, that there's a connection between Quinn and the Red Priest.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who was interested in it, and there's a whole thing there. But I think what happens is, as soon as you like are reading that, you suddenly just have like traumatic flashbacks, and you see just like yourself in a dark alley, and you see Quinn standing over you, fangs bared, and you see the priest like trying to defend you or something, like holding a cross before him, and you're not, but you like have no context for any of this. And then I believe, don't you have like a thing that like when you are reminded of your past or something, like bad things
Unresolved
happen to you?
trauma, whenever something brings your mind to your death, you choke up and gain the condition traumatized if you don't have it already.
Yeah.
Whenever someone helps you resolve this condition, you both mark experience.
Yeah, so I think you get the traumatized condition, right? This is just still shaking you. Every piece you find that's like further leading this. And I think honestly, it's like the same sort of thing that happened with Gris. Like, once you actually remember, your mind just closes it off and you can't think about it because it's still too traumatic. And so you're really shaken and stuff, but you don't actually fully remember. In that moment you did, and then your brain shut it off again. You keep coming right up against the edges of it, and then your brain keeps like pulling back from it, and then you're just shaken and traumatized every time that happens.
But do I know now that Miss Quinn was there when I died?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's like the
So
concrete
that's like
piece
what
that you learn. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah, because I don't think I knew that before.
Man, Iclyn has so many conditions right now.
I know.
Traumatized, closed off. Did I just mess everything up? In the spotlight, easy.
Yep, I have a lot.
Yep.
A lot of issues.
You need to get some
Half
therapy
of them
there.
aren't even true though.
That's what the conditions are, right? It's like what
I
everyone's talking about you,
Yeah.
or saying about you.
So yeah, I think I pretty much just like spend that night just like doing a proper haunting of the school just because I'm just like
Okay,
over
yeah,
it.
sure.
You know, I'm just gonna like trash Miss Quinn's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's Halloween day. Everyone probably is. So, okay, we'll roll for this, but I'm pretty sure what's going to happen here is everyone's going to be like, "Oh, this is super cool!" Like someone set up some awesome stuff to make it seem like it was haunted today. Let's see. What's your actual intent here? What do you want to happen?
Oh, I just thought that would be for fun. I really want to find Gris. That's really what I want to accomplish.
Sure.
But I guess we won't get that until the morning.
Yeah.
Probably when I hear the rumor that he's sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't think there needs to be a roll if you're just like messing around. So I think definitely what happens is the whole, like you do this like that night, the entire time that, the people are setting up for the next day, right? Making the Halloween theme happen in school. And so the whole time they're a little creeped out by what's going on. And everyone keeps like, saying like, "Oh, are you tricking me? Like, is this, or is someone playing a joke here? Like, is this part of the theme? Like, what's going on?" But once you get to like the actual Halloween day, like everyone's just playing along with it. They're like, "Oh, someone wrote something creepy on the chalkboard." And you learn pretty quickly that like you're just actually adding to the vibe and making everyone really happy, and it's maybe not what you want, right?
I just don't care. I'm just like,
right. But the thing is, like, if Iclyn doesn't care and she wants to just like F stuff up because she doesn't care, she's gonna learn pretty quickly that like she's actually just playing into these bullies like day.
That's true.
Right? And
I'm like,
yeah.
Hate you all.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just want to die.
That's all I ever wanted.
But yeah.
Well,
so
we got 2 of the 3. Zaff just needs to get there, and then.
Yeah. So like that next morning, I want to like see if like Gris around and like.
And he's obviously not around the school, so I mean, I feel like. Let's do this. Let's pick up with Zaff in the morning first, and then once it gets about lunchtime, we know Gris is going to show up and try to look for you, Iclyn, and so you guys will probably meet up. So I think what happens, Zaff, we get a little bit of your morning, pretty normal stuff, right?
I put on like a flannel shirt under my normal leather jacket to like have the Teen Wolf look.
Okay, all right. And so you're specifically like dressing up as a werewolf. Like that's actually what's happening.
Yeah. And
okay.
like, you know, maybe I have like a little. I probably don't grow facial hair that well, but maybe I have like a little stubble to like.
Yeah. 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So obviously everyone's pretty into that.
I'm into the irony of it.
Yeah, exactly. And Zaff, we see similar. I mean, we don't need to like play through the whole homeroom like sort of situation again, but we see similar like escalations of Amy still dragging Todd around. I think he's dressed up as like Frankenstein's monster, and she's dressed up as
the bride.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. I forgot that existed for a second. And I literally just read a book on Frankenstein. I'm silly. So that happens, and again, like it's just an escalation of the sort of attention grabbing she's trying to get with you. And I assume Zaff still doesn't acquiesce to it.
Yeah, he probably says, "Is it really called Bride of Frankenstein? Shouldn't it be called Bride of Frankenstein's Monster?"
And Todd says, "See, that's what I was saying." And then Amy just like grabs him by the ear and she's like, "We're walking this way now." And then like, it's like, sorry, Zaff. Yeah, so Cassie walks in. So this is like, you know, beginning of homeroom. Everybody's kind of getting their seats and stuff. Or maybe it was like end of homeroom. Cassie has been like looking at you the whole time, Zaff.
Mhm.
flirtily, like the whole homeroom. She hasn't
What
said
is she
anything.
dressed up as?
She is. Oh yeah, good point. Let's say for irony's sake, she's dressed up as a vampire, right? Like
That was what I hoped you were going to say.
100%. And like at this point, she has like, I mean, she's been hypnotized successfully to not get what's happening there. Right. So this is like a subliminal subconscious thing that she did. The only thing she remembers about your hypnosis is that you tried to use some sort of weird new age technique to get her to not be nauseous anymore. And it worked. Wow, that's weird. That's all she remembers. But the entire homeroom, she is just like giving you like legit, like suggestive, flirty glances. And like, I assume, you're on your way to your next class. Do you like just try to like get out of there as quickly as possible? Do you stop to chat with her? Like, what's the vibe there?
I would let her approach me if she was going to.
Yeah, sounds good. So I think, you're starting to walk and you wait outside the classroom, and then Cassie like comes up to you, and then she walks over and she says, "You look handsome as a werewolf." And then she does a little like finger walk up your chest.
I just kind of go, whoa. We're sworn enemies.
she giggles, yeah. And she says, "Well, I heard something once about two opposing families who had a sordid romance between them. Two members of the rival clans having trysts in the night." And then she like glances over towards the empty janitor's closet.
And I just kind of like look at her and I go, and they both ended up dead.
And she says,
Wow.
"I like to live on the wild side." So you can tell that like there has been an actual like legitimate change.
Yeah.
Your denied kiss has like awakened something in her.
And I just kind of go, I actually have to go talk to Miss Quinn.
Roll to shut someone down.
And Cassie was such a good girl. Look what you did to her.
Zaff has done this to her.
I'm sorry.
Are you though, Emily?
Yeah, so roll with cold.
Yes.
I'm excited for what Emily's writing here.
It's not that funny.
And you're right. Werewolves and vampires can't be together.
It's just fact.
Let's see. Shut someone down. 10 on a 10 up, you choose one from below. So it doesn't come across poorly and you don't get a condition. But you do get to choose one of these things. She doesn't have a string on you, so that's not an option. You can gain another string on her. So you have one from the denied kiss,
I have
right?
one on her already.
You can give her a condition, or you can take one forward. And you succeed to shut her down, right? Obviously.
Ooh. I'm trying to think if I gave her a condition, what the condition would be.
Yeah, I don't think she has one yet.
She thirsty.
Well, that's the thing. Zaff can decide that here,
We're
right?
both thirsty.
Just in different ways. I mean, Zaff can decide that right now, right? Like, I feel like, honestly, like, denying her in this moment could also, like, give her the... You could give her a -1 if you wanted to. Like, if you wanted to legit, like, try to shut her down so she won't try this again, you could give her a condition that's, like, something along those lines.
No. I like this game.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm like, should I just take a string on her? Because it's like she takes this rejection well. So I could just get another string on her instead of giving her a condition.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I should give her a condition. Except I don't have an idea for a good word to just like. I don't want to just say thirsty.
I mean, it has some good irony with the vampire stuff.
Yeah.
Because she is a vampire right now.
Yeah, fine. We'll do thirsty.
Yeah,
Good suggestion,
it's
Alyssa.
pretty
I
good.
forgive you for saying Monsterhearts earlier.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Cassie has the thirsty condition, and this is just going to continue to give her like the I need to make out with this boy vibes, right? Like she is continued to be led on by your denial, and she's into it. So yeah, you leave her in the hallway, very thirsty, and she just says, "Well, we'll have to meet up at some point today. Maybe lunch is time when the clans have a truce." And then she just kind of winks at you and then just like walks away.
I just kind of like, I guess I gotta talk to Quinn now.
Yeah, okay. So before you do, right, I think, Zaff, you're walking down the hallway to talk to Quinn. And someone, like, at this point, class is about to start. So the hallways are relatively empty. But Mr. Pearson steps from behind like a corner or whatever, like steps around a corner, and sees you, and then like his eyes like widen a little bit, like, oh, this is what I was trying to find you. And he says,
do I know anything about him?
I don't.
I said
think
Ben's
so?
dad.
Right. Like you just said that, but before that, I don't think I knew anything about him.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you actually know a whole lot about Mr. Pearson.
Would she know it's Ben's dad?
Maybe.
I mean, I would know Ben's last name.
Yeah, so
She'd know Ben's last name was
he's going
Pearson.
to introduce himself, so you'd probably be able to guess it. I don't think you've seen him before necessarily, or at least recognized him before as Ben's dad. But his eyes widen a little bit, and he says, "Oh, Mr. Tresnor, just the man I was coming to see."
Did you make an appointment?
Yeah, he smirks slightly, and he says, "Sorry to catch you at such a transitionary time here, but just a few words is all I need. I was here to drop off my son's meds. Thought I'd look you up."
Meds.
I mean, Ben Pearson's a nerd. He has some sort of
What is that?
What does that have to
It's
do
just-
with anything?
It's a stereotype. It's a stereotype. It's a stereotype. Nerds have like lots of different like conditions and things. Yeah, it's a
Then
stereotype.
say like his like vitamins or something like that. Like I don't know that.
He's a
Gotta get
nerd,
that
so he's on them
vitamin D.
good drugs.
Just had to drop off his, cocaine. It's fine.
Listen, I think the word meds is used in different contexts than you guys have heard them in as well. So
Also, just okay.
Says the one person who didn't go to public school.
I'm playing into the movie stereotypes here. That's what all of this is. Okay.
I've read books about public school. Jeez.
No, that's literally my entire goal here is to make this like a caricature.
Okay.
No, okay. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I'm just standing there still looking at him like, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he says, "You're friends with Gris, right?"
define friend.
Well, you go to the same school. You're both
Yes.
guys. You probably played a video game together or something, right?
No.
And
yes
then-
to the first two. We both go to the same school and we're both guys. Never played a video game.
shoot a hoop.
No.
Yeah, and you can and I think we can tell that he's like being overly like, oh yeah, you just guys doing guy things, and then he notices like the hallway are definitely empty now, and like the last person who is like walking, like getting something out of the locker, like turns the corner, and then he looks very seriously at you, and his entire demeanor changes, and he says, "Listen, Zaff, I know about you, I know about Miss Quinn, and I need Gris. Now, I could reveal some very damning things to some people that you wouldn't want anything revealed to, or you could tell me where Gris is. Your choice."
I don't know where Gris is.
but you know how to find him.
No. Why would I know how to find him?
Because
Oh, let me real quick send out my Gris call.
and he
Gonna come running now.
Yeah, he grabs you by the like shirt and like pushes you up against the locker, and he says, "I am not playing around, young man. Listen, I know that Gris has been watching you, and in turn, I've been watching you and Gris.
So you've probably seen me being watched by Gris, but not watching Gris at all.
So you're telling me he didn't come to your house this morning?"
I never said that. I said I don't know how to find him, and I don't know how to get him. And I don't know where he is right now, which all three things are true.
Roll to shut someone down.
It's just kind of like, I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
Just like to agree. To be fair, you're not helping him, which is helping me. Just like us as a Cassie thirsty in the chat.
What are you writing on here?
Nothing.
It's taking a very long time.
It's like, what is happening?
Um,
I'm ready to see this novel you've written.
oh my
Partial
gosh.
succeed.
I literally do not care about Gris. Why do you think I am obsessed with him as he is with me? Also, dude, you're old. Why do you want to be seen hanging around the high school threatening kids? This is a bad look, sir. Good stuff. So you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. But you get to choose one of the options. You can gain a string on him, give him a condition, or take one forward.
Can I give him the condition like creepy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So people like are like kind of questioning him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this definitely means that like someone, like a hall monitor, like passes by and just like, what is going on?
I like how Emily wrote so much that it overflows into.
Made the number go
chat.
off the screen. Yeah. Cool. So that happens. He's going to give you a condition though, and the condition is. I mean, in what way could this frazzle Zaff?
Maybe like if he somehow finds a way to like expose Zaff as a vampire and like actually get people to like convince that it's like true.
Yeah.
Because like if he just says it, it's like, oh well, haha, like you're just insane, like vampires don't exist. But like actually exposing him and like having it be like a threat to like his life.
Sure. So I think what happens is he obviously sees that like he's not getting anywhere with you, and so he releases you, and the hall monitor has come by, and he's just like, nope, we're just having a little conversation. And then he starts to walk away, and then he turns back, Zaff, and he says, I've been watching you for a very long time, Zaff. And I, primarily because of my acquaintance with Miss Quinn and the game we've been playing for quite some time, just know that I know much more about your life than you would ever want me to. And this means that I do have leverage over you. If Gris comes to you again, you will come to me immediately. If you don't, and he like turns away and like adjusts his glasses, he just says, we get the like, intense anime staring away from you, dark shadows under his eyes. And he says, if you don't, I won't be the only one who knows who you truly are. And then he like walks away. And so I think the
As he
condition.
walks away, I just kind of am like, okay, now I'm late to class. What am I supposed to do about that? Also, you say find you, like as he's getting further and further away, I'm like, you say to find you immediately. I don't, where do you live? I don't have.
My son goes to your class, Zaff. Make it work. Is in your class. He probably says. Basically, he's like
these people say all these things and don't give you ways of actually doing what they want.
I mean, he just told you, like, tell my son to call me.
He didn't say who his son was.
Dude, no, he said does he not say his name?
I don't think he introduced himself.
Well, okay, well, let's say he made it clear his name is Mr. Pearson. Let's just at least make that clear.
Okay.
So you know who his son is.
So I say in my brain, I'm like, there are 3 Pearsons in this school. Which one is it?
Is there any chance that I listened in on this conversation?
Oh, 100%. You're invisible and you can be anywhere you want. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just want to know.
You know what, Iclyn? I need you to make a roll, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because chances are this guy can see invisible things with his glasses. But it would get you noticed, which is what you need to do to not be invisible.
Really keep your cool.
Okay. So that's cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like not be noticed, basically.
I'm pretty sure this guy's not senpai, though. We don't want to be noticed by him. Nice.
Yeah. So you succeed. I was curious if there was a chance that he legitimately had like some sort of Ghostbuster like ways to detect you.
Okay.
But he does not. So or at the very least you're clever enough to not actually do anything obvious.
He just doesn't have it on him right now.
Yeah. Or that.
It's in his other set of glasses.
Exactly.
Cool.
I mean, listen, we know this guy like has access to like high tech science in some way, shape, or form. So who knows?
Do I gain anything from this?
I don't
Just
think.
the
I mean,
information.
you know the information.
I get the information.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I just didn't want to give you information for free without there being a
That's
risk.
fair.
You know? But yeah, so Zaff like he walks away and I think you gain the condition tense, right? So like you know that this guy like is around and apparently has been watching you, so you're not sure like how to take it. So like there's just like this back of your mind like, should I worry about this guy? I don't know. So yeah, I
just want to like slam one of the lockers near Zaff.
Break him out.
Zaff jumps. So I was like, what else do you want from me? I love how many people try to get a rise out of Zaff in one way or another, and Zaff is just unfazed constantly. Just like, I don't know what you need from me or want from me.
Just kind of like
I'm just a dude dressed as a werewolf.
A locker slams, is it like it was open and it slams shut, or you just like make a noise in a locker?
I don't know.
Iclyn just wants to do ghosty things.
Ooh. I
feel like Iclyn just like doesn't know what she's doing at this point.
Right? Yeah, like, of course. This is what ghosts do, right? Like I'm actually.
I think
invisible.
she's like frustrated too. I think she's just like, gosh dang it, I need to find Gris.
Mm-hmm.
I hear locker being slammed and I immediately go, "There's a ghost here."
Good thing I brought
Reveal
my
yourself.
ghost detection kit. Yeah.
Is that you acknowledging my presence?
Yeah. So cool. So that happens. I assume Zaff goes to class, or no, he was going to go talk to Miss Quinn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But
Yes.
she's a teacher, isn't she? In class.
Let's.
It's her planning period.
Yeah. There
Excuse you.
Yeah,
She's going to give me a note saying why I'm late to my next class.
I assume that Zaff wouldn't have tried to go to talk to Miss Quinn
That's
in between
true.
classes if she had a class immediately afterwards. So.
Yeah. So I think I go to her classroom and
There's papers everywhere.
Yeah.
Is she in there?
That's the thing. I don't think there is because Miss Quinn, like, she has lived through most of this history, so like she doesn't actually really do a whole lot of planning these days. She's a hyper intelligent vampire who's lived through most of history. So, she is drinking some tea and is reading. I think she's looking at a letter. And she's frowning slightly, and like we know because she maybe found it like slightly in a different place than she found it, than she had left it originally, right? But she's like reading through it again because she just saw it nearby. And she looks up and she says, "Zaff,
What are you doing kidnapping high schoolers and tying them up in your basement?
She just pauses and like you actually see her look embarrassed. Like she doesn't usually look like this. And she says, "Close the door, Zaff.
So you're not denying it.
Close the door."
I like just give a little chuckle and close the door.
Yeah. So what? Did Gris come and talk to you?
Look, he threw rocks at my window this morning and woke me up before my alarm and told me that you kidnapped him, tied him up, and that people were chasing after him. Now, look,
Now you've had.
let me preface this by saying I don't really think I want to get involved in this. I don't think I really want to know more.
So why are you here, Zaff?
Because I feel like you being involved in this is putting me in danger.
And why would you think that, Zaff?
Because I just got threatened in the hallway
She raises an eyebrow.
by what's his name?
Mr.
Somebody's-
Pearson?
Yes.
Zaff, I want you to stay away from that man.
I don't want to
anything
be
he
near
says.
him.
Don't do anything
But-
he says. If Gris comes to you again, come immediately to me. I was doing that for his own good. Gris walked in front of a train, almost killed himself. I was afraid he was going to hurt himself. And so, yes, I tied him down. And then he escaped from my basement. There's something wrong with that kid. There's something going on here that is bigger than him, bigger than, us as vampires or whatever.
Okay, so you're not trying to turn him.
No, if I wanted to turn him, I would have turned him. It would have been easy. Gris is a piece on a very large game board. And right now he is a little rogue. If you see him, please come and get me. I want to protect him from people who are trying to use him in ways that he shouldn't be used.
Can I?
Do you want to gaze into the abyss? Do you want to gaze
Yeah,
into the abyss?
it's gaze into the abyss, the
I think
equivalent of
that's-
insight check
Yep.
here. Is that dark?
It's dark, yeah. You're trying to read a
Okay.
vampire.
This is not going to go well. I have -1 to dark.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Got to keep in all these typing sounds in the podcast version.
No, I will not.
What, you mean you're not going to make a podcast version of Monsterhearts?
No, I definitely will. I just am going to cut out all of this typing.
Fail. Shocker.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Why are people so obsessed with Gris? I mean, I know I have Amy and Cassie, but come on, I think it deserves a little more attention. Very good, very good. Yeah, so you can mark experience.
Woo!
But
What happens if I fail the abyss roll?
good question. Well, you obviously don't learn whether or not
Yeah.
she was definitely lying to you, but you can't tell. What are my GM moves?
Didn't I try to? I'm trying to remember why I ran in front of the train. Was it
'Cause
because
you
Mr.
became
Pearson
your
was after
darkest
me?
self.
Yeah, but was that because Mr. Pearson came after me?
Yes, I think so. I don't remember.
So, neither do I.
I thought you were just like over it.
I think that
Yeah,
was a bit
something
of it.
happened to push you over the edge, and I'm not sure what it was.
I thought it was.
Was
Mr.
it your
Pearson.
darkest self?
Right.
No,
but
it
what
was. But I'm
triggered
trying to
his
remember
darkest
what.
self.
I'm trying to
Oh.
remember what brought me there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is Miss Quinn dressed up for Halloween Wednesday?
Oh, yes. And let's say that she's dressed up as some
witch.
historic. Yeah, as a witch. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Yep. So I think what happens is she takes a string on you.
Okay.
I think that's the like consequence here. Yeah. So you just pass by that. You think she's telling the truth. How would Zaff take that?
I just kind of go like, the best way to convince somebody you're trying to protect them is usually not tying them up in their basement.
Well, the next time you have to deal with someone suicidal, I hope you don't make the mistake of, well, how should you say that? I hope you, the next time you have to deal with someone who's suicidal, I hope you still don't think that way. And she's like saying it, and you're being manipulated by this, but she's saying it in like a very concerned, like actually like
Yeah,
for
and
you.
I just kind of, I believe it.
Yeah.
But I just kind of go like, maybe next time you could just consider like the emergency room.
Mr. Pearson would have found him there.
Okay,
Zaff, he's in danger. Please, if you see him, bring him to me, or at least
fine. Just
tell me.
Can you give me a pass for my next class?
Sure. Yeah. And then she writes the little slip, and
then I realized, Mr. Pearson never gave me. You never actually gave me the condition from him.
tense.
It was. Yeah. It was
Oh, tense.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I just missed it. Okay. I'm off to my next class.
Cool. Yeah, so I think we skip ahead, and it's lunchtime, right?
Okay.
So Gris and Iclyn, do you
So what-
try to meet up?
Well, because Gris does. Because doesn't Iclyn usually hang around outside?
I think
Yeah.
for lunch, yeah.
So what Gris is going to do is he's like, okay, I talking to Zaff did nothing. I need to maybe I could try talking to Iclyn.
A
I
whole
can't
lot of
talk
people
to
have that
Glenn, obviously.
exact same feeling. Talking to Zaff did nothing.
Look, Miss Quinn, Mr. Pearson, Cassie, Amy.
Even me. I tried talking to you at one point. That
Zaff's got
me
nothing
nowhere.
for you.
So I was like, I need to maybe try talking with Iclyn. Maybe she can do something.
Yep.
And so he's like, okay, I can't go
Gotta do
during
something
the
for
school
me
day
first.
because he doesn't know her classes.
Mhm.
And he's also not going to home room because Ben.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's gonna think, okay, I'll go during lunch. It'll be easy to sneak in, sneak out because a bunch of people are going in and out during lunch. And I'll go to the spot outside where she usually hangs out. People you don't usually hang out with her, so she'll probably be on her own. So it'll be easy to, talk with her in private. So he just kind of goes there to her usual spot.
Sure, let's have you keep her cool, because the fear here is like being caught, someone noticing you that shouldn't. But you're like snooping around trying to find Iclyn. So let's see if you can do that without being noticed at first.
I should have taken the forward.
Yes, roll with cold.
Sneak.
And don't you have like a negative cold?
Yeah, I do.
You guys and your typing.
We can't be taught.
You started this, Emily.
Hey, mine have been short.
I know, yeah. And so Seth's
Why
usually
are
been
you
short until
complaining about this?
do a sneaky, go to school during lunch to find Iclyn. Yeah, partial success means On a 7 and 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. So yeah, something, there will be a consequence here. It won't be like you actually get caught, but there'll be something. So probably someone's going to notice you, but it's not going to be someone who's going to like immediately rat you out or whatever. And obviously I think it's Brandon, right? You see Brandon, he has a cast now. He went to the emergency room last night. And he definitely notices you, and you know there's a moment, Gris, that you could just duck away and disappear, and he wouldn't be able to catch you in time, but then you have no chance of finding Iclyn. But you know at least Brandon is going to talk to you. He has like a wide-eyed look. He's like, "Oh,
I can deal with Brandon."
Sounds good. So Brandon comes over to you, and he looks like he kind of comes up to you as if you're like made of glass. He's like very careful as he just like steps up, and he doesn't want to like set you off or anything. And he just says, "Are we okay, Gris? You gonna break my other arm?"
Brandon, you know what? I wish you would just leave me alone. If you could just pretend I don't exist, that would be great.
Dude, you don't understand. Like, you're a superhero.
Okay, remind me. I know I threw him, but like, did I throw him like really hard?
Yeah, you did it enough that like he thinks that you have superpowers or something, because like you literally like knocked him halfway across the parking lot and he broke his arm.
It was just adrenaline, dude.
No, it wasn't. Dude, it was not. Are you taking steroids or something? Like, what is going on with you? Like, I knew you were hard. Yeah, I knew you were hardcore, but I didn't think you were that hardcore.
Fari's like, if I tell him yes, will he go away?
Yes, I'm a superhero, and you're ruining my secret identity. Go away.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I'm on some like drugs that make me stronger. Okay, now could you just don't tell anyone, and just keep it cool, because if they find out, I'm gonna get kicked out of school.
No.
Yeah,
great. I'm not gonna tell anyone. Of course. I'm just. Do you have more?
Not on me.
No, like, dude, I can be your sidekick. All right.
I don't need to. I don't. Look.
Okay. Hey. Wait. Do they give you like regenerative healing abilities and stuff? You can heal my arm, like, because then we can totally like go fight, crime or something.
It's nothing like that. You'll still get hurt pretty bad. I mean, I got hurt pretty bad the other day, and it wasn't fun. So I'll bring that tomorrow. Okay, like I can't do this right now. Like I didn't have.
You probably don't have them on you right now. Yeah. Okay. Well, so how about? I mean, I'll be here for lunch tomorrow. So you in that the little shadowy part over there and right behind the building.
Yeah, sure.
We'll meet there, and you can give me the steroids, right?
Sure.
Awesome, dude! I've always wanted to be a superhero. This is gonna be so cool.
Just gotta get some
we can right. Give him a placebo, yeah. So I think I want you to shut him down. And so
are you turning him on?
I
think so, right?
She's got a point. And I'm lying, so I get a +1 to my roll. And
yeah, and
I'm saying I'm on drugs, so I get a +1.
No, I think it's shut someone down because like of what the things that actually happen in the move. Because like for turn someone on, it's like I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
I promise steroids to you.
Yeah.
No, but this is for him towards Gris. Right. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think
I promise I won't tell anyone.
Right. But that's more like shut someone down. Right. And I think what's going to happen here is he believes that you're like, that you have like, he wants the drugs to be real. He wants the stories to be real. The kicker here is whether or not you've shut him down enough that he won't actually tell anyone else about it, or if he's going to tell his other like edgy friends, like, dude, I'm gonna become a superhero tomorrow. Like, and that'll get around, right? So, is he gonna actually keep his mouth shut about this?
I haven't screwed up yet, have I? This session?
I don't think so.
haven't. Okay.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
I'll-
one might consider going to Zaff at all screwing up, but
Yeah, you're not wrong there. So would this be cold then?
I mean, Amy sure thinks so.
No, my roll, is it cold?
Get it? Screwing up.
Oh my gosh. So
Like moving up in the world, except for having. Okay, anyway, so.
am I
what were you
rolling
saying?
cold?
Yes, you're rolling cold. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm embodying one of my conditions of being on drugs, and I'm lying. So that's +2.
Very good. Very good.
well,
Didn't
good thing
help
you
too
used them.
much.
So
Yeah.
you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. But you get to gain a string on it, gain a condition, or take one, or give him a condition, or take one forward.
Wait, sorry. Say the options again.
You can
sorry.
gain a string on him, give him a condition, or take one forward.
I feel like I'm gonna need a string on him the next day when I talk to him again.
Mhm.
But I could also use a forward for finding Iclyn.
Yeah.
I'll take the forward, I think.
Yeah, the situation goes well enough that you can move on and just try to find Iclyn.
Mhm.
So I think the condition he's going to give you is
It's a good experience.
like this guy has superpowers.
I have superpowers.
So I think he does tell people, but like no one believes him. No, I guess then that wouldn't make sense then. That shouldn't be the condition you get. I'm trying to think of what that actually would be. Because like if he tells people, I think they won't believe him. But
That I'm gonna give him drugs.
well, that's fair. Yeah, maybe not because you already have the condition on drugs.
I crossed it off now. A
Oh,
blank
great,
canvas.
because you used it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think you just get it right back, right? Because you are still on drugs, obviously. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So he walks away like, yeah, I'm gonna get superpowers and I'm gonna use them to fight crime or maybe steal booze or I don't know. And he like walks away.
Okay, is there a place to mark a forward? There
I don't know.
should be. If not,
Just like a note section or something at least.
I'll just put a place for
Yeah,
forward
put it in
and
notes,
rewritten
yeah.
dark self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So you're gonna try to find Iclyn then. So you made the roll to like actually not be spotted or whatever, and you got over that. I think at this point, like Iclyn's gonna have to find you, right? Like
Well, I go to the spot. I go to the spot she's always at during lunch.
I mean, is Iclyn there during lunch this time?
where else would she be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows, right?
where-
That's the thing. Iclyn, her whole like routine has been kind of messed up with all this. So, like, there's no reason that she would go through the motions of school if she didn't have to, right? Unless Iclyn does. But obviously, I mean, at the very least, she's spent the morning not doing her normal routine. So it just depends on where Iclyn's head is after she figures out that she's just helping make Halloween more fun for everybody or Halloween Day.
Yeah. I mean, so I heard the rumors though that Gris was sick, so I'm like disappointed because I'm like, oh, crap, like he's the only person that I feel like could really help me here, except maybe Garrett. But like,
So maybe
I don't
are
know.
you just hanging around Garrett? Like
Maybe.
invisible?
I guess.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of how either of you could notice the other one. And
Right.
I really do think it would be Iclyn having to notice Gris, because if all she's doing is just hanging around Garrett, like Gris doesn't have any special ghost detecting powers. So I think it would just be Iclyn noticing that Gris like looking around for her.
Because
you made the important roll, which was like don't be noticed. So you can look around for Iclyn and possibly be noticed by Iclyn without any more danger. But
so maybe like to add to it a little bit, things that Gris would do is like he looks around like going like Iclyn, Iclyn, looking around. Then maybe like there's a window like inside to the cafeteria or like the hallway, and he peeks in like looking for her.
Because probably, I mean, that's where I would be, but you can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it really just depends on, I think, if Iclyn notices him.
Would Garrett like walk out that back way at some point?
Possibly, and I think the roll will decide it, right?
Well, because the problem was, because I failed my hot roll against him to like get him, but wasn't the condition was that it actually did work, that he was like, okay, I'm going to give Iclyn another shot, but then it was going to be the condition because I failed.
It was spark of hope, basically, is the condition you gave him. And what that means is if anything else happens that's going to like prove to him that he was right about you all along, then it's going to be even worse than it was before.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, definitely if he notices that.
So would he go to my spot to like try to find me? Maybe, I don't know.
He maybe does subliminally at one point. And that will be, but the question is whether or not Gris there when he does, right? Because he's looking around all over the place. So it's really just a matter of crossing paths in the right moment, and with Iclyn actually paying attention.
Well, Gris just gonna wait till lunch is over,
right? I know. So there's going to be plenty of opportunity, but I think there'll be a roll. So Iclyn, do you want to make Gaze into the Abyss roll for me?
Sure.
Basically, just to see if your ghostiness doesn't just like your depressed ghostiness doesn't distract you for long enough that you actually notice that Gris around. Ooh, yikes.
Well, I gained experience, and so I get to take another ghost move.
Yeah, what do you want to take?
I'm going to take creep. When you silently witness someone in their most private moments, perhaps sleeping or putting on makeup, gain a string on them.
Nice.
Their most private moments, like
putting on makeup. for a teenager, yes. For some teenagers, maybe.
Which basically, I'm just witnessing everybody in their most private moments right now because nobody can see me.
Well, yeah, but they were in public, so.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You can you can go into the bathroom anytime you want to and witness anyone's private moments. So
I'm just gonna have strings on the whole school.
Yeah. Cool. So
I was gonna say probably what happens then is maybe Iclyn's like following him, but she's not really paying attention. And when what's his name walks out, like Gris looks over, sees him, and kind of stands up and like walks away. So like maybe Iclyn doesn't realize it's him.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just trying to think of like it definitely gets worse, right? It's not just that Iclyn doesn't notice you. It's
no, it's that Garrett goes to my spot and he's like, "What are you doing at Iclyn's spot?"
Oh, that's what it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what happens is Iclyn at some point you get depressed and just stop following Garrett, right?
Okay.
And just go off to do something else. And that's the moment where Garrett, so maybe you're like waiting for Garrett to like, maybe you're hoping that he'll go like try to talk to you at your spot, even though you can't talk to him. There's just like this, like you're like wondering what he'll do after you gave him the note. And then he spends enough time waffling on it that like you just leave. And then that's the moment where he goes to the spot. He sees Gris just sitting at the table that Iclyn usually sits alone at. And Gris,
I thought it was like outside.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And so Garrett like walks out there to see if she's there, notices that you're sitting there because I imagine it's probably like towards the end of the period and you've sat down and you're like, oh crap, I haven't found her. Like, where is she? And that's when Garrett comes over and he just says, Gris?
No, Gris looks up, sees him, and just kind of shuffles off quickly.
I mean, roll the runaway, right? That's what that is.
I'm good at that. What's rolling to run away again?
Good question. I think it's
volatile.
At least I have a forward on this.
Yeah, volatile. Yeah.
Run away.
Am I too depressed to get myself out of this? The answer is yes, Iclyn. The answer is yes.
Again. Oh, I'm super good at
Wow.
running away.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, on a 10 up, you get away to a safe place. So he lets you go, right? And you shuffle off, and he just like sucks in a breath. And so you like wrote that note in his notebook, right? Or something like that, right, Iclyn?
Yeah, basically, like
Oh,
the rumors aren't
So he
true.
tears out the page and he just leaves it on the table, right?
I was gonna say maybe like Gris had left a note there that says like I need to talk to you.
Oh yeah, that's because I need him to make the wrong conclusion here, and so he does that. He rips off the note and goes to set it down, and then he notices that in the spot you've like moved your tray from or whatever, maybe he didn't have a tray, I don't know.
Well, but he didn't leave anything behind though, because he succeeded on the running away roll. I think
That's
he
true.
just
That would make
assumes
sense.
I think he just assumes that Gris is there to like, because she's easy, right? That like he's just like there to like.
I mean, either way, I think it's not as bad as it could be, because Gris successfully ran away. But I think like either way, he sets down the note and is just like miffed. He's just like, fine, Iclyn, that's fine. You leave a note and then you don't even talk to me. Like I don't even know where you are. Like
I'm not at school. You know I'm not at school.
Yeah, but like he's hoping. He's like,
I could be sick for all you know.
But he also realizes, like, I think he's starting to realize, he's like, I never got her phone number. Does she even have a phone? Like, what is going on with this? Like, how do I get in touch with her? But yeah, either way.
Yeah,
walks
so he's
away.
just like miffed. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm still invisible.
I tried.
Yeah, so I think the next thing we get is Zaff. You're just getting done with history class, right? So Quinn is here. And she like leaves a note after like, whatever assignment she passes out at the end of the class. She also has a note to you. And it basically says like, stay, like, and we need to talk.
See me after class.
Yeah, exactly. And so everybody else shuffles out, and then she looks angry. And obviously you don't have a clue what it is about. But she like closes the door and then turns back on you in a fury, and she says, "So when were you going to tell me that you killed a dude?" Killed a guy, probably is what she says. We had that whole conversation, and you could have dropped the point that you sucked someone to death in a liquor store and then left Gris to take the blame?
Okay, well, first of all, didn't realize Gris was there to take the blame. I didn't see Gris, did I?
No.
Yeah. So I was like, first of all, had no idea about that. Second off, there's been a lot of things going on, and I kind of forgot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, wait, one question. Did you actually tell her about this already? No. You told her about Todd. That's what it was you told her about.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time you did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, you've had a conversation with her about biting someone before now. Just trying to remember who it was. Yeah. So she says, that's it, Zaff. That is the last straw. I can't. My reputation is staked on this. All right. I wasn't supposed to make you, but here we are. I'm giving you detention. And, well, that's the excuse. But we're going to be going through some training after class every day for the next 2 weeks. Or after school every day for the next 2 weeks. Because you need to be able to control this, okay?
Quinn, do you think I'm upset about you doing this? This is what I've asked you for the whole time. You just turned me into this and didn't give me anything. Why would I be mad that you're trying to actually teach me how to be this monster that you created?
She's just like a little like frazzled by that. And
Thank you. And I just like walk away.
She grabs your arm and she says, "You are not going to turn this back on me. Do you understand?"
That's fine. You can be mad at me. I screwed up. And I probably use a word that wasn't screwed.
Yeah.
But like, what were you expecting? I'm 17.
You are 17, aren't you? And Zaff, you notice an edge come into her voice at that point. She just says, "Mistakes. So many mistakes. I'm not going to make another mistake." And her grip tightens on your arm. And you look in her eyes and you can see she's just decided that you are more of a liability than she has time for, and she is about to murder you. Like, you just see it in her eyes. She's going to kill you in this classroom right now.
Cool. Does she have a string on me? She took a string on me, didn't she?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
What do strings actually do? I need to look that up again.
You can use them to tie things together.
Pulling strings. Pulling strings.
Get like a +1 on a roll towards them.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have any moves for this, so I think all I could really do is I just scream really loudly.
Yeah. So
I mean, like, I have no other move.
Right.
Like,
I think what she's gonna try to do before you do that, as she sees that you're gonna like, that's because that's obviously your play here. She'll be like, "A teacher trying to attack me," whatever, right?
yeah.
She is going to give you a condition. With her
Is that
string.
what strings can do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things that she can do with it.
Okay.
She's going to give you the condition "too terrified to speak." Right? She just wants to like freak you out so much in this moment that you won't be able to get any words out before she can do what she's going to try to do.
Cool. Well, because she just used her string on me, I'm now going to try and hypnotize her.
Sounds good. Yeah, perfect. Do you have to speak to hypnotize? Or do you just have to look in someone's eyes?
It doesn't say you have to speak.
Okay, just make sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, because it says, okay, yeah. Okay, I really hope this works, or I'm gonna die.
I'm in danger. Zaff after history class. I am in danger.
Seven.
Please, I'm only a small boy. Don't kill me, Quinn. And sad eyes emoji.
Okay, so the hypnosis works. Because it says on the 10 and up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong, which makes it sound like they do what I wish. I don't have to speak the command to them. So on a 7 to 9, the hypnosis works, but they've realized exactly what you've done to them is what I choose.
Got it.
I'm fine with her knowing that I hypnotized her to not kill me.
Sure.
And so like my hypnotic command is like,
stop. Leave me alone.
No, I think my command is that she has to protect me.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's.
Yeah, and so sure, the emotions wrinkle on her face as she's like torn between her like practicality and killing you in this moment and like the sudden maternal affection she has for you because of your hypnosis.
Yeah, and then she probably gets mad because she knows that I caused it, but
yeah, but she like can't act against it, and so she just says,
"Yeah." And I just kind of.
She's just.
I guess I'm still breathing. Too terrified to speak.
Yeah. She's breathing in and out really heavily, and then and you could tell that she was like reaching into her like into her desk, I think, desk drawer, and like was pulling out a stake, right?
How bold that she has weapons that can kill her in her own classroom.
Oh yeah, no, she's very bold. Yeah. There's probably like a secret bottom to it or something, right? Like a false bottom. But she like puts it back down and closes the drawer. It still has your arm. She just did this like with one hand, and she just says, "You are the biggest mistake I ever made, Zaff. I think I taught you just a little too much. I should have ended you when I had the chance. You will show up for detention. We will practice. You will learn. But know this, Zaff. If you ever cross me again, I will turn every vampire in the United States of America on you. You will be hunted for the rest of your life. Do not cross me again."
I think I just kind of go like,
I'm just a small boy from a small family. Yep.
nobody loves.
Sounds good. She releases you.
So how do I get rid of a condition?
Good question.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, I think it's like you need.
Iclyn as Clippy comes into
Iclyn writes on the condition. I see you're trying to lose a condition. Let me help you, please.
Let's see. A condition goes away when the character takes appropriate action to get rid of it, or when it just no longer matters to the wider social group. What counts as appropriate action really depends on the particular condition, and it's not always clear ahead of time what will count.
Okay.
Yeah, so just, we'll figure out. If you want to try something now to do it, we can figure out a move or whatever. But
No, my move right now is after she releases me, because I don't think that's the last class of the day.
No.
Because she's like, come back for detention. Yeah. So I leave. And as soon as I get out of the door, I run and find a trash can in the hallway and puke real quick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then
what do vampires puke? Just blood? That is the question, right? I feel like I don't think you can puke. Well, you still eat, right?
Then at least I dry heave into a trash can.
You still eat, like, because otherwise it's going to be suspicious to everyone. So yeah, I guess you can still vomit. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and
there's
then I
blood mixed in there somewhere or something though.
Yeah, and I just like am even paler than normal and just like walk into the next classroom. And if the teacher like says anything to me, don't say anything and I just go sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Mr. Murphy or something, some class that he teaches, and he's just like, "Oh, Zaff, good to see you. I see you're dressed as a werewolf, looking sharp. Do you watch that Teen Wolf show?"
And I like don't make eye contact. I go to my seat, like kind of just like stare at my desk. I think I'm a little late. Like
yeah. Oh, I see. Playing into the brooding stereotype. All right. Anyway, everyone turn to chapter 12, and then he plays it off pretty cool, but cool. So that happens.
Can I roll to see if I witnessed any of that?
Because
I feel like my thing is that I witnessed the conversation with Zaff and what's his
Mr. Pearson.
Mr. Pearson earlier. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Gris is obsessed with Zaff. Maybe I should just stick with Zaff, right? And then like wait for Gris to show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think it's Gaze into the Abyss again, right? You're basically just trying to like use your ghostiness to like flit around the hallways and find the thing that will actually help you get out of this situation.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, so roll dark.
I'm not even gonna bother typing this.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Oh, that's bad. All right.
Mark experience.
That's not cool. So what? It can't get any worse for me.
Don't tell that to Caleb. He'll find a way.
Yes, there will be a way. Let's see.
I'm already
here.
traumatized. Like nobody can see me or touch me or hear me. Just okay. Well, either way, can I still say that I'm following Zaff? I just missed that.
Yeah,
like,
you have enough
like
information.
I'm like
to know
in
that.
his class
make that
now.
decision.
Okay.
So the thing I'm trying to think of here is, I want this to fail forward. The dumb thing I could do here is be like, oh, you're so traumatized that you just sit in the bathroom for the rest of the day. That's not going to fail forward. There's not going to be any like progression here. I could make it because it's about visions and stuff. So like I could make it that you see some red priest flashback again, but I don't really know where to go with that. Like you've had enough of those flashes that I feel like
my intent was to be able to see that interaction, and I just didn't.
Yeah, and you didn't, like, because you failed the roll, but also I make a reaction as the GM to make it worse, which in theory is supposed to make things fail forward, and push the story onward. I'm just trying to figure what I have available.
I like the phrase "fail forward."
Let's see, because I can't trigger your darkest self because it's already there.
I'm already traumatized. What more can you do to me?
Don't say that, Alyssa. That's dangerous to say.
Look, you can't even kill her. She's already dead.
I guess, like, are there harm boxes in this game?
Yeah. Get another harm. Add another harm.
I think so. Do you already have harm?
Oh, wow, yeah, I have 2 already.
Yeah, I think you get a 3rd. And this is just like your mind is going. Your mind is going, right? Like as you're going further and further into your ghost stealth, you are gonna end up being like the insane ghost that haunts this school forever if you like keep going down this road. But yeah, you just can't handle the pressure anymore. Maybe I think what happened is you did like happen to go back through the wall and see the red priest again, and then you have even more flashbacks, and you're just like, you just keep like flitting through the school, like trying to find escape from like the voices in your head, and like just a lot of bad times. Yeah.
All right. So, but I want to say for like the rest of the time that I am following Zaff, I suppose.
Sure. Who isn't?
Who isn't? Well, so I think probably what happens, right, is you missed each other at lunch. But I think Cassie tries to grab you after school, Zaff. Right.
Well,
so
after detention or before detention?
Before detention, right? So, because I don't think she knows that you have detention yet, right? So, let's say you have the same, the last class you guys have is together, and you come out of the class, and Cassie like gives you a look and then says, "That closet has been awfully cold all day."
And I just like kind of look at her, and I think I'm still like just look kind of unwell.
I don't think she notices.
And I just kind of like go, detention with Quinn.
Roll to shut someone down. No, actually, this is run away. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
This isn't like
still,
yeah.
Is it still cold?
No, it's volatile.
Oh no. Oh.
Oof.
Cassie, please, we can't make out right now because if I accidentally kiss you to death, Quinn is gonna murder me so hard. So yeah, you fail though, and honestly, I think what happens, Zaff, is you look at her very supple neck and very supple wrists, and you're just like, I cannot resist. Like I have to, like, because it's gonna start off with making out, but you know where it's gonna lead, and it's gonna take the edge off, Zaff. It's gonna take the edge off.
Okay. So we go
into the closet, start making out, and I think literally what happens is before you even like would naturally progress to like biting her at all, she whispers in your ear, and she literally is like, sounds like her voice is completely changed at this point, and she just says, "Bite me." Like she knows somehow like what's been happening, but she's into it. Like her brain has been messed up by all the things you've done to her.
You don't say.
Well, then for feeding, I'm going to say she definitely doesn't die.
Okay, good.
And I don't have any harm, so I will take a forward.
Sounds good. And so this happens, and Cassie got exactly what she wanted. After it's over, she seems a little queasy, but she, like, is like, just, being flirty and stuff afterwards. And I don't know, like, she's like, I guess she should get to detention now.
I just kind of am like, I have to go. Zaff's had a big day.
Yeah. It's like, it's all right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. I'm just gonna like shake my head. Like, what does my life come to? Everything was turning up Zaff until today.
Yep. And so you leave, and then I think like we just stay with Cassie in the closet, and she's kind of flirty and stuff, and then as soon as you leave, her face just goes like completely blank, and she just stares for a good like 2 minutes just at the door, and then she just like blinks. Oh gosh, I'm late. Oh, and then she just like comes out of the closet, and like I think Amy and Todd are coming from some club act, or like maybe there's, I don't know, whatever it is the school isn't really out yet. There's still people around, and Amy and Todd are walking by, and she comes out of the closet, and Amy just like frowns at her, and we just see Cassie like blush, and Amy's like, "You little slut," and then Cassie just like, "Bye, Amy," and then she just like runs away.
Can I gain a string on Cassie?
Why?
Because I'm totally being a creep right now, for sure.
I mean, she was watching her in her
when you silently witness one of their most private moments.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, you take one on Zaff and Cassie, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, if you're following around Zaff for now, there's going to be several of those. I think that'll come up. So
everyone has their private moments with me.
Everyone gets to go on a life-changing field trip with Zaff. No one got the reference?
I got it.
No, I got it. I got it.
Just making, no one reacted.
Tales of Ba Sing Se. Right?
No. That's
wrong
searching
with
for Appa.
you,
Seth.
Sorry, they're searching for Appa.
No, it's like what Toph says after Zuko.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're in Ba Sing Se.
No, they're
on it's Ember when they're Island. On Ember Island. Season 3.
Yeah.
Everybody else got to go on a life-changing conquest with Zuko. It's my turn now.
I thought that was when they were okay. Yeah, that is
because after he goes with Katara and Sokka and Aang on various trips. So
anyway. Never mind.
So yeah, we pass on from there. Class is over. Let me take a look at my notes, see if there's any other last things that.
A question: does Zaff like walk to school?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. It's not a huge town.
Would he drive? Would he have a car?
Or would he take the bus?
He would not take the bus.
Yeah, Zaff's too cool for that.
No. I think he walks.
Okay.
So Zaff, I mean, you go to detention, right? And I don't know if there's like anything we need to particularly do there. We know what's happening with Quinn there.
We have an uneasy alliance.
Yeah. But then I guess you walk home. So
wait, no, there's a reason I was asking.
Yeah.
Because Gris waiting for Zaff to figure out what he did with.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what I was asking, like how far, like if he walks or drives. Because if he drove, I just wait by his car. But if he doesn't show up, Gris would be like waiting outside the school, waiting to see if he shows up. When it doesn't seem, it's like, what the heck? Maybe he walks to his house, throws rocks at his windows, nothing happened. Maybe he walks back. And I don't know.
And by the time
rocks in his window again.
and by the time you get back, Zaff is coming out from detention. Yeah, so I think you can intercept him if you want. Great.
Good.
And all three of the characters are in one place now.
Yes, exactly.
I see Gray.
You do. Yeah.
And I kind of come up to Zaff. I'm like, what did Quinn say? Did you talk to Quinn? What'd she say?
And Zaff, you know that Quinn is about to come out. Like, well, yeah, but you also know Quinn is about to like come out of the, like, she was like grabbing some of her stuff, and then she was coming behind you. So she's only a couple minutes behind you at most.
Okay, but here's the thing. I believe that Quinn is trying to do what's good for him, and I also really can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against
and I want to like pick up a rock, like some kind of like pebble or rock or something, and I want to like throw it at both of them. Like, so you just see like a floating pebble. Yeah. And I just want to, then I want to like, is there like an empty water bottle or something?
So honestly, Iclyn, I think that for Spirit Week, there's been actually like a bunch of chalk drawings that people have been doing on the sidewalks. And so you can actually literally just grab a piece of chalk and start writing something if you want.
So I just want to like draw like
what the heck? Like, feel the rock. It looks
like I throw the rock and then I just like draw with the chalk like an arrow, like this way.
Where are you pointing?
Like towards like maybe like the back, like I want to like draw like an arrow and then like another arrow like right after that. Like try to get into like the back of the school.
Just really quick, like 3-line arrows and just like trying to lead them somewhere.
Right. So you just see like arrows just like suddenly like pop up one after another.
Yeah. What do you guys
do? Like with the chalk floating.
Right.
Here's the thing. Gris is not trusting anyone right now. But at the same time, he doesn't know what else to do.
If I see all of this going on,
what are you doing? Did you do?
I know Iclyn's a ghost.
Yes, you do.
So, is there like a role if I could like put it all together? Because I don't know if I would be in the right headspace.
I think gaze into the abyss makes total sense here, right? You're literally trying to gaze into the abyss of ghosts world.
Okay, I'm not good at this.
Yeah, so roll plus dark.
Don't you have a string on me?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, you have a string on her.
Well, I do now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything creative to write for this.
So Emily is resorting to writing an uncreative thing.
I'm literally just typing what I'm trying. Look.
You don't have to type anything. Like, we know what you're doing. It's fine. Partial succeed. Cool. So you see like confusing and anguishing visions. So let's see. Zaff, I think what you are getting here is like, you should just go to Quinn. Like, right? Maybe it is Iclyn, but like Quinn's going to be the one to be able to actually solve this. Like, you are not in the right headspace. You just feel, and you can still decide, but like that's where your mind goes, is like, I need to go get Quinn so she can help me.
Okay. Because if I say out loud, like, Iclyn, would she appear?
You have to genuinely like want her
to come.
That's the problem.
Right. Okay.
It's not just acknowledging her presence. You have to acknowledge her presence, and then you have to like basically make it clear to her that you want her to be around.
Yeah. So I probably like to Graham just like hold that thought, and then I'm just kind of like
hold the thought on the floating chalk. We'll get back to that.
Just like, and I just kind of like Iclyn. And
then I draw the word yes,
and I just kind of am like, I will be right back.
No,
she probably turns around before you can do that.
Yeah, do I have to roll to run away? Or can I just leave?
I mean, what can Iclyn do? Like throw a pebble at
Right.
you, right? Like I think you can just do it.
Okay,
I'm gonna go like put a like. Can I like go get something and like put it in the door so she can't go in the door?
You can try to. Yeah, you know what? Zaff, run away. You can just have you roll to run away.
Is that volatile again?
That is volatile,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh no.
I mean, Gris, if you noticed that Iclyn was trying to like jam something in the door to like stop Zaff, would you help her?
I can't see.
Right, but you can see
So-
the floating bar
I can see the
that she's trying
floating-
to, right? Like she's trying
I
to
don't
put
want to
the-
go in the school.
Yeah, that's fair. Right, exactly. So would you stop Zaff from going to the school?
I fail running away.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, Iclyn just like manages to like float over and put some sort of like bar or something between the door.
Maybe like what I do is like as I see her going back into school, I grab her like I grab her and go like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You can't go in there.
And I
Whatever-
just
yeah,
kind
both
of like
you basically stop her.
yeah, and I'm just like, we have to find Miss Quinn. She
No,
can help us.
no, we cannot find Miss Quinn. And I book it. Grab her and I book it around to like the back side of the school.
She's dragging Zaff.
And am I? Can I erase too terrified to speak now at this point? I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
you're
not.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. So I might honestly just kind of be like, start being like,
Did I help her do that?
Sure.
Sweet. We both get experience.
There you go.
oh, we both get experience.
Mhm.
Oh no! Wait, I
No.
helped you resolve the kid. I know I get a string on you. Never mind. Wrong thing.
I'm like, what?
Never mind. We both gain experience if you help me get rid of the traumatized experience.
There you go.
That's what it is.
So I think I might honestly just kind of be like, Miss Quinn.
Yeah, and I think she's close enough to hear that, and so
I'm a book it now. No, I have to run again.
So Gris just like running away from the whole situation.
Well, he's gonna let go of. He's
I
gonna
mean,
let
you
go.
know,
of,
Iceland's here. Like, what? Like, are you just
Well,
gonna
I
give
can
that up?
follow him.
yeah,
That's
she
fair.
can follow me.
Do you say that?
I probably not, just because
Yeah.
I don't have the time to
Sure.
think of what's happening.
Yeah, if Gris
But she
just
probably
like,
would follow me.
Yeah. So if you're trying to run away, as you're trying to run away, I probably just am like, she's trying to help you.
ahead,
I'll run away.
And then I'm gonna write on chalk, she killed me.
wait. I gotta copy this.
and of course, that's the moment where Miss Quinn steps out of the door from in the front and like sees this, sees
And I'm
Gris
just kind
taken
of, like,
off, There he is!
pointing at him. I'm like, I did my job.
I succeeded.
But
so
Gris books it into the bushes and disappears. But yeah, Zaff, I mean, you see that written on the chalk there. She killed me, and then Iclyn, do you just follow Gris?
I just followed Gris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually, Zaff, you can tell that like she's gone. Like the chalk.
But
just
what if I
drops.
like? But what if I call after Iclyn? You have to tell me what happened. Will that make her appear?
Oh, yes. No. I think that's true, right? Because Zaff's like, no, I need to, like, you can't leave because I need you here to tell me what. Yeah, I think that works.
Gosh dang it. Okay,
Yep.
well, I fly away.
So what we see is Iclyn's like floating away, and then she becomes visible, and like I think you like land, right? Just because you become visible for a moment, and you land, and then you like look back, and Quinn's just like what's going on, Zaff? And then you just like, woo.
You
Fly
follow
away.
Gris still?
If I can.
I think at this point you should run away as well. Yeah, roll to run away with the volatile.
Okay. I have a -1 to that.
So
But you're flying. Does that not help?
I can fly, but that doesn't mean I can necessarily like just
Yeah,
get
well,
away.
let's think about this. Is there a chance? Well, I guess this is more about, and from my perspective, like whether or not Iclyn, like would there be any chance that Iclyn would be persuaded to stay because Zaff wants to know about this and like help you figure it out?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably fine then, because I don't think either of them can stop you if you can literally fly. So, yeah, I think you're good.
And you can't be grabbed, can you?
Exactly, right. Yeah, not if she
Yeah.
doesn't want to be.
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So Iclyn follows after Gris, but is visible now. And Quinn turns to you, Zaff, and is just like, why didn't you hypnotize him? We just talked about this today.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Iclyn was invisible, and I like kind of gesture down to what she wrote.
Yeah, she glances down and says, "Do you know where Gris might have gone?"
No.
Gris doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah. Listen, if he's just running blind, he is going to run into Mr. Pearson at some point, and then there's no helping him. We have to go after him.
I'm just kind of like, I told him that we needed to go to you because you were trying to help him.
Of course, he's not going to believe me. It's all right. It's all right. We'll find him. You're going to help me, right? Right?
And I just kind of am like, I don't think I have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. That was what the right was. Cool. So they head off to like try to find where Gris went. Gris, where do you end up? Where do you stop?
I don't even know. Like we haven't
Let's have you stop in the alley where Iclyn died.
Sure.
That's
like,
where
yeah, he's like running. He's running. He turns down an alley. He looks around, sees no one following him, just kind of collapses in the alley. Goes, or no, he's probably not tired because he's a whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of just sits down, kind of like more like less catching his breath and more like
Rush,
just
like settling his mind, probably. Right?
Yeah, like just like hyperventilating. It calms down, like puts his head back.
Iclyn, roll to keep your cool. When you follow him to this place, this could be bad, right?
Oh,
well, it's just whenever something brings to mind your death, you choke up and gain the condition traumatized. That's what that would do. But I'm already traumatized.
Right, but the issue, and I think the issue here is you have to be able to like actually like stay in the alley and talk to Gris. So I think roll keep your cool to like face the fear of the alley and still go in.
Should have picked the liquor store.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, yikes.
Well, mark experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I don't think I marked experience for failing.
Yeah, go ahead and scroll back
volatile.
up. No.
Yeah, so I get to choose a new thing.
I would just like to point out that I've gained 3 experience this whole session.
Because did I say that I added experience for failing the Cassie making out?
Oh, I don't
Because I failed 3. So I have.
I don't think you've added any of those.
I think I might have added 1, 2, 3. I think
you started off with 2 XP to an advancement.
Yeah, so I think I have advanced and then I have 1 more, I think.
Sounds good.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What's the skirt death move do?
I don't know. For a ghost?
To avoid death, erase all harm, and choose 1, lose all strings you have on everybody, or become your darkest self. Do you have strings? Do you have strings on people?
Yeah.
You have several. Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think you take another harm, which means you have to skirt death. And so basically what happens is...
What is skirt death? I want to die!
Yeah, I know, exactly. So this really... Like, Iclyn finally comes face to face with his alley and just is shaking. And basically, you basically get so traumatized and frazzled by this in the moment that I think what we see is you are on, so the way the alley is, Gris is in the alley on one side, and you are on the opposite side of the building against another alley that's not your alley, and we see like side by side as if the building has been cut, and we just see the 2 walls, and the shot is both of you facing or like leaning against the wall opposite from each other and hyperventilating. And we get that for a moment, and then Iclyn, basically, you've lost all your cool, all your manipulation, all your strings, like you're...
Dang it.
Because I assume you're going to choose that instead of going invisible again, right?
Well, I don't know, because I could just be like, hey, Gris. I think that would be better.
Yeah. Up to you.
At this point.
You can choose.
I don't want to lose my strings. I like my strings.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you go invisible again, and you're like, dang,
That's just
no.
interesting, but like,
It certainly isn't. That's why I was assuming you did lose all strings.
but I don't want to lose my strings.
I know. It's your choice. You can be interesting or you can be boring.
I'm gonna be boring.
Okay, sounds good.
You have to progress the plot somehow.
And so we see that wall shot, and then we see Iclyn vanish, right? And we're like, oh no, she can't find him again. Like, we know she's not going to get in touch with him. But then you finally, like, there's a tense moment. We get some dramatic music, and then we see Iclyn translucent, but Gris can't see her, like, step into the alley. And then what do you do to try to gain his attention?
I think I just like throw like another like little pebble like at his foot or something.
Yeah.
He looks. She's doing. Who's
And
there?
Let's see. I don't know. Do I still have the chalk on me?
No, I assume you
not.
would have dropped it, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
You try and write with.
Is there like some like water like running down the alley or something like that?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. There's a little
I just
drain.
want to like get my finger and just like get some water on it and just like write the words like hi on like the sidewalk.
And I maybe would Gris have to put 2 and 2 together since.
I mean, you can figure out that it's Iclyn, but the issue is you're not going to be able to make her visible unless you do the particular thing that you need to.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I think you can definitely notice that it's Iclyn, though.
Okay, Iclyn?
And then I just like get some water and I go, yes.
So you're a ghost. I mean, of all the things that's happened, I feel like that makes the most sense out of everything. Look, I don't know what to do. The Miss Quinn is after me. And now it looks like Zaff wants me too. And then Ben's dad wants me. And do you have any idea what to do? Because I'm lost. Is that good enough? So I'm saying like I need your help.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for Zaff.
Yeah. So I think like, I mean, if you say like, I need your help.
Yeah. Iclyn slowly becomes visible again.
Oh.
I think she's just like crying also.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Are they after you too?
Yeah, I just want to die. For real.
What? Oh, because you're a ghost. Oh, that makes sense.
Gris.
What?
I don't know exactly what happened to you. I know I was there. For some reason. Miss Quinn, I found out she killed me.
Oh. I think she wants to kill me too, or use me or something. I don't like that lady.
This place is where she killed me.
Oh.
Yeah, and as Iclyn says that, we see like a ghostly recreation of the event, and we see like where Iclyn is suddenly like fade, and we see like Iclyn like a little girl like please don't, and then the priest is like standing in the way of Quinn, and Quinn has her fangs bared and it's like reaching out, and then it just kind of puffs away again.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring you back here. It's just an alley. So
I think she like kind of like, because the condition is right is that I kind of like choked up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's just like,
we don't have to stay here. We can go somewhere else.
She just like nods her head.
Well, so Iclyn, I think the way to get rid of the traumatized here is to actually face it instead of just running away from it, right? Because I think that's where all of this has been leading for you. Because if Iclyn keeps running away from this every time it comes up, then she's going to remain traumatized forever. But I think part of this like arc of like Iclyn wanting to pass on is not actually I think if Gris says we don't have to leave, and then Iclyn's like, no, like you being here with me or something like that, like actually makes it bearable, and then like just pushes through it, I think you can get rid of traumatized.
Okay. Would I need to roll something?
Is that usually how that works?
No, it just says whenever someone helps you resolve this condition, which I mean, resolving conditions, it's just if it happens narratively.
Yeah, and I think if you said that, it would.
I don't know if she would though.
Yeah, it is up to you.
I feel
I'm
like
giving you the choice
Gris
between.
would have. Well, I feel like Gris would have to say something
Sure.
to like help me resolve this because it's whenever someone helps you resolve this condition. So
yeah, it's up to
I
Gris
feel like Iclyn's thing would be to just be like, I just want to go, and then but like,
and if that's the case, and that's fine, then we can. Then Iclyn is is going to have to deal with that at some point. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if
because Gris would be just like, let's get out of here. Like I don't want to be here. Well, actually, I can think of something. Like, we don't have to go, but he's like, but I don't know where to go. Do you know where else we could go?
No.
Iclyn, roll the gaze into the abyss for me.
Okay.
I can't think of a way for Gris to say like, hey, let's stay in place. You got killed.
Yeah. That's fair. I have another idea now.
Gosh, Dark has like not been my friend today. Which is so funny because I have a +1 to it.
Interesting.
Oh my god!
Wow. Yeah. So, you continue to be
20. What is wrong?
You continue to be traumatized, and I think you guys can leave, and that's fine. But Iclyn, your mind is still just haunted. By the way, clear all that harm. If you haven't already.
Yeah, I did.
Your mind is still just traumatized with the haunted and traumatized with the visions of your death.
He's like, okay,
haven't gotten away from it yet.
Let's find someplace. They just walk around.
Sure.
I think Iclyn's like, we could go to the graveyard, I guess.
I guess that's fitting. I don't think they'd look for me there. Do they know about you?
Yeah. Zaff does.
Oh. Well, let's go there while we can then. Maybe we can hide in a gravesite. Maybe we can. Maybe there's an open grave we could hide in.
Yeah. I can show you my tombstone.
Oh, that's
metal.
What a nice fun after school activity.
They might expect. I don't know. We'll just go.
Yeah. So you guys are just kind of like wandering the graveyard.
Like green Iclyn after that song. So how long have you been dead? It's like just really awkward small talk.
Yeah. Iclyn's just like, I don't know. You lose track after a while. Something like 50 years.
Well,
I've been trying to pass on, but the only way I can pass on is if I go to homecoming, which is why I asked you.
Oh, well, I can help you die.
It's like, well, I mean, it was that simple, I guess.
No, it's that simple. I can do that.
And to be honest, I'm not sure Iclyn understands that as intuitively as we do.
I think here's the thing.
Yeah, I think
here's the thing with Iclyn is I think that she thinks going to homecoming will help her pass
or
on,
not
but
that's
it doesn't
true.
actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that she's going to get there and she's going to be like, "Why am I not dying?"
Yeah,
right.
I like that red herring. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. I think the real condition is that she has to go with somebody who actually cares about her, like somebody who actually because the whole thing was right. She went to homecoming, but it was a cruel prank.
Mm-hmm.
Or she didn't get to go because it was a cruel prank by a guy who she thought liked her, but really didn't. And it was just like a prank. So the condition for her actually passing on, and maybe her condition actually passing on is more the guilt over Frederick. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's something. I think it's something a little bit more like emotional and ephemeral than just going to homecoming. But it's not unconnected. I think.
Sure,
right?
There's some part of it she believes. She believes if I just get to homecoming, then I'll die, and I can just move on.
He's like, oh well, I mean, I can help you with that. I mean, it's gonna be a little tricky with Miss Quinn, but I can try.
Oh yeah,
least
she's
one of
always one of the chaperones for
Yeah,
homecoming.
like I can try. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll both get to die in that sense.
Why do you want to die so much, Gris?
I just want them to leave me alone. I don't know who they are. I don't
Then
know who I
leave
am.
town. Why do you stay?
Where do I go? I mean, I imagine like this town's kind of like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like there's nowhere to go. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Listen, Gris, the only way I know how to help you is if I can help you find more information about why and how you were created. I can try.
That'd be nice.
That's all I can offer you.
Hey, seems good to me. Be nice to know what I am, let alone who. I don't know anything past the last 3 or 4 weeks, whatever we decided.
2
Or
months,
months.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
All I know is that I'm important for some reason and not for reasons that I like.
Well,
I had friends.
fortunately, I think we need to stay away from Zaff.
Doesn't seem to be very helpful to be around him, so I'm game for that. Sorry, Emily.
He just
Zaff wanted to help you guys in that moment.
Miss
She
Quinn
did,
just
did.
has too much influence over him.
Yeah. Do I know they're vampires?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a vampire thing. They're weird that way. Wait, do I know both of them are vamp? Oh no, because I do, because she kidnapped me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
She said something about wanting leverage. We need to be leverage. And I don't think that's a good thing.
I think she and Mr. Pearson have some kind of rivalry.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Great.
Awesome.
So now I'm a pawn in some game.
So what day is it? Is it Thursday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, so we've got 2 more
Halloween
days.
Wednesday.
Yeah, you have Thursday, Friday, and then homecoming's on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. So I'm like, okay, so we have 3 days to get through where we can try to find as much information as possible. But listen, Gris, I mean, we need to figure out a way to not lose each other again. Thing is, I can fly and go through walls. If something happens to you, it's not exactly impossible for me to help you out.
Yeah, let's say.
What are they going to do? Kill me again?
I mean, isn't that kind of what you want? I don't know how this stuff works.
Actually, I don't know if she would be able to say that because she's still traumatized. So,
I mean, it might be a dark humor traumatized sort of thing. And you say it and you chuckle nervously. Just like,
yeah,
crying.
just start crying. Yeah.
Crying.
Look! Don't cry! Hey! How about this? Look, there's that spot you like to hang out during lunch at the schoolyard. Maybe we could like meet there to make sure, like, but I can't go to school or else Miss Quinn's gonna get me.
Is there like a so in the graveyards, how like they all have like there's like that one grave where it's like, an
actual mausoleum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a thing. Yep. Like, is there like one here?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe it's Frederick's. Just kidding.
Well, no, Frederick was buried in the wall. So.
I know he's buried in the wall for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I go in and like open it from like the inside?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then like let him in. And I'm like, I don't know. I guess you can like hide out here.
That'd be nice. Kind of creepy, but I mean, it's better than Miss Quinn's basement, I guess.
Wait, Miss Quinn's basement?
Oh, she kind of kidnapped me, kept me in her basement, broke out. I think I killed the janitor.
The janitor?
It's just like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of. I think he was also a vampire, and he tried to kill me. So yeah.
So I think I want to try something with Gris.
Mhm.
Just like I think like, because she's still like kind of like teary-eyed and crying because she's all traumatized and stuff. And I think she just wants to say like, Gris, thank you.
Killing the janitor?
No. For
Definitely.
for wanting me around.
I mean, you're the only one who isn't currently trying to do something awful to me. So thank you for that.
The last time this happened, I mean, I guess before Zaff kind of wanted me around in a weird way, was the day my best friend was sitting over at my grave over there. I had been invisible for 20, 30 years, thought that's just what I was. And then she said she missed me. And then I popped out and gave her a heart attack and she died.
I was wondering where that was going. I'm like, wait, how did you become visible?
Yeah, that's
But that's
so
how
good.
I got away with not being at that school for all 50 years.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Right?
go. That's great. That's so good.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't actually laugh at that. That's just
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just couldn't hold it in
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I agree. Kind of like,
She's buried right there, right next to me.
oh, that's, huh.
But nobody had told me that they ever wanted me around for so long. I forgot what that was like.
Well, I definitely want you around. Just promise not to turn me into Miss Quinn or Mr. Pearson or whoever's else Mr. Pearson's work. Just please don't do that.
I won't do that. I don't like any of them. I think you're the first person that I've actually kind of liked, except
Carrot.
well, for a while. Shouldn't say his name. She's just like for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, well, actually, out of character question. Does Gris have to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a normal person in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Gris has eaten in a while.
Yeah, that's also fair. Yeah.
He probably did get some stuff during lunch.
Yeah, there you go.
He probably did have a tray, like he had got some stuff, and
or maybe you just like found a kid who was like finished with his and was like, "Can I have the rest of that?"
Yeah. Or the kid left it and he just took it. He's like, hey, so I'm glad and all that we have a place to hide and to meet up, but I kind of you probably don't have to eat, do you? Because I kind of still do.
I can go get you some food.
That'd be helpful. And I actually promised Brandon I'd give him drugs for some reason. I was trying to get him to go away when I was looking for you. He thinks I'm a superhero. I don't know what I am, but apparently I broke his arm and he thinks I'm on steroids now.
That line, he thinks I'm a superhero. I don't know what I am. Is like every superhero show angsty line that like happens, like where someone's trying to figure out their identity. So good.
I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if I should just like, because I don't have anything.
What conditions do you have, Seth? Just curious.
On drugs.
Suicidal, liar, sick, and on drugs.
Okay. I was just wondering if I was like, did I help him resolve any conditions?
No, technically
Probably
sick was just me lying, which is another condition I have.
No, I know.
Did any of yours go away at Iclyn?
The only one I can think of is closed off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that goes away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you definitely
I'm
opened up.
definitely still in the spotlight. I definitely still have messed everything up with Garrett. And he still thinks I'm possibly easy. So so does the whole
Well,
school.
I mean, honestly, I think you might have in the spotlight go away because you haven't been at school, right?
just for like a day.
Yeah, but I feel
Because
like
I was only my darkest self for one day.
I know. I feel like the rumor cycle moved on pretty quickly, and they stopped caring. Like I think Iclyn thought it was a bigger deal than it actually was because you know teenage stuff. But I honestly feel like they don't really care after that
About me. Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody still does think I'm easy.
Yes. Yeah. But you're just not as.
But I'm just not in the
Not in
spotlight.
the
Oh,
spotlight
what
anymore.
happened is they saw Cassie come out of the closet.
Right,
And
yeah.
And now
That's the new
she's
rumor
the
now.
spotlight.
Yeah, that's the new rumor
Okay.
mill.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, what a rumor to pass through the whole school.
Cool. So I don't think I want to make a roll or anything like that for like Zaff and Quinn to find you guys. I feel like hiding him in the mausoleum I think works. I think maybe that's where we just end because I think that's a good enough place to kind of wrap things up. Like the next thing for Iclyn is I'm thinking she goes to the power plant to try to figure out what's there because she's a ghost. She can just like go into places. So I actually have to figure out what's going on there.
That's the real reason Caleb wants to stop.
Yeah, I need to figure that out.
So like that's really the question. Like, do I have any reason to actually go to school? If Gris not going, like
you don't have to.
I don't know. I'm wondering like
habit.
You have to buy your homecoming tickets.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have to buy my homecoming tickets or else they won't let me in.
But the thing is, Miss Quinn's also looking for you.
Yeah, but I could just go away.
That's true.
Kind of.
But they could follow you potentially.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. So there's definitely going to be a risk factor there.
Yeah.
But you promised me that you're going to take me to homecoming. If you break that promise, I get experience.
I definitely have some fun ideas going on here.
Yeah, Caleb's going to try and get me. Caleb's going to get me in Miss Quinn's basement on the night of homecoming. It's going to be a struggle, and I'm late. And now he can't use that because I said it.
That's completely false.
I can just one-up it and still use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Caleb never steals our ideas. He one-ups them.
I make them better. And I
Caleb,
can improve upon them.
Do you want to go on my character sheet and look what I did for my level up, but don't say it out loud?
Sounds good. I'll do that. And the stream is not going to see it either. So
let's
see. Ooh.
Which I technically should have gotten
so
earlier, but it's okay.
I'm trying to remember which one you had because you have 4 of these move.
It's the bottom one is what I just
That's what
got.
I thought. Okay.
Which I technically should have gotten earlier and it would have changed everything, but I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll just see.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yes. Look,
Cool.
I think at homecoming, I'm going to propose to Cassie. We're going to get married.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Alrighty. Well, that's been Monsterhearts. Lots of fun stuff, guys. I had some fun notes, and I'm glad we got to it. And yeah, we're off to the races here. I really like the constraint of the entire story is happening like between when we started and homecoming. I like the kind of slow ticking clock that has. Lots of because there's we're doing 1 day a session. There's still plenty of stuff to do before we end.
So 3 more sessions worth of stuff. Like
at the very least, we could expand it out,
and it could go further. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like homecoming is the natural endpoint. But I feel like if we're going to do extra sessions on any day, it would probably be homecoming. Like maybe we have 2 or 3 to wrap it up, but on that same day. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of things that'll just kind of drop at the end there. I have some ideas. We have plenty of threads going on here. We have the program. We have the vampires. We have Frederick. We have, Iclyn's ghost past in general.
What the heck Gris is?
What that Gris actually
That's the
is.
program.
All the relationships drama. Right? Yeah. We'll have to see what happens next on Monsterhearts. So next week it's Thanksgiving, so we're taking off from the stream. But the week after that, are we back with Terra Invicta?
I think so.
I think that's the plan.
Jordan said 2 weeks, so yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Well, that's exciting then.
Mhm.
That'll be fun. We'll have to see what you guys do when you try to. Why are you gonna go back to the Lotus Dragons? What's going on? Yeah. As they attempt to find Vanthus. All right, that's it from us here. Thanks for playing, guys, and thanks for watching, y'all, on the interwebs. We are out. Don't be horny. Don't drink
Stay
blood.
hot.
Stay hot. Adios.